The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on WURD Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello. Hey there, family. Hello and welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. I am your host, yours truly, Carol Riddick, and I am joined by none other than Miss Kayla J, our beloved, our beloved. So here it is. It's Tuesday. Here we are. It is Tuesday. I have to be honest with you. I thought it was later in the week. I don't know what's going on with me today, but I was running around so much today that I thought it was later in the week. How crazy is that? But in any event, I'm happy to be here. Grateful to be here. I hope you are having a great start to your week. Okay? I hope you are. I hope you are. And as a matter of fact, I want to know, good, bad, or indifferent, how your week is shaping up thus far. I'm curious to know. I always am. Always am. So family, well, I should say for those of you who don't know or are unaware, before we get into anything, I like to do what I call a check-in or roll call, if you will. So let me know that you're out there. Let me know that you're ready and waiting to join the conversation. You can call me at 215-634-8065, or you can call me toll free at 1-866-361-0900 just to say hello, tell me about your weekend, all that good stuff. Before we get into some other topics, and to our family members on our socials, send me a hello, if you will. Say hello to me and Miss Kayla J, because we always love the love that you all share with us. So send us a little hello, if you will. Let us know that you too are out there and could possibly be waiting to join the conversation. And to those of you who are simply listening, I say it to you every single day, every single show that we are blessed to have. We feel you out there. We know that you are out there. We feel your presence and your love, and it is always, always felt and appreciated. And family members, for those of you whose lights are shining just a little dimly today, you know what I'm going to say. I'm sending you extra love and hugs, just extra love and hugs to each and every one of you. We all need that every now and again. And on that note, I want to continue with the love. Again, I'm not sure how many of you were with us yesterday or have even heard by now that, Jasmine Sullivan's mother, our beloved, our baby, Jasmine Sullivan's mother passed away over the weekend, on Saturday to be exact. So we're continuing to send love, hugs, and prayers of consolation. And also to Gilly the kid who lost his son last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, to gun violence in the city. So we're continuously sending love to all that need some extra love. We're sending all the extra love right now. On another note, for those of you who are celebrating a birthday or an anniversary or all that good stuff, happy birthday to you, happy anniversary, all of that, all of that to you, because we like to celebrate here at Love and Life, because that's what it's about, right? It's about, hey, life. It's life. It's all a part of life, the up, the down, and the in between. So, family, you know how I am when I get to reading these little headlines and all kinds of stuff. I want to know, did you know? Did you know? Did you know? I'm reading some things and, how about we just get into some things? We talk about it. So I was unaware, and I read this article today that the Philly Pops are due in court tomorrow, Wednesday, for a lawsuit against the Philadelphia Orchestra, Kimmel Center. The article reads that the Philly Pops will be in court Wednesday for their lawsuit filed in April, accusing the Philadelphia Orchestra and the Kimmel Center of trying to run them out of business. The orchestra claims that the Philadelphia Orchestra wanted to eliminate the Philly Pops as a competitor and monopolize the market for live symphonic music concerts in the area. That really saddens me. It really does. I know some of you are saying, what? Wait a minute, what? I said the same thing. I had no idea that this discourse, this argument was going on, but what is going on nowadays? What is it? There's something in the air. I know what some of you are going to say. We're in the end of days, and I don't know. I don't know, but there's something going on. There's just, a lot of people upset about a lot of things. Before I read to you the next article that I read, I do want to say hello to some of our family members who are checking in. Hi, Heidi. Hi there, beautiful. She shares, have a beautiful evening, Carol. Well, you too. And thank you for sharing some love and stopping by. Miss Joanne, how are you today? Miss Joanne shares, good evening, Carol, Kayla J, WURD family, guests, and listeners. Keep a little light on for the village. Yes. Oh, I like that. Keep a little light on for the village. I love that, Miss Joanne. Thank you. Brother Nasir Butler is stopping by as well, and he shares, good evening. Sister Carol, Kayla J, and guests, peace and blessings. And Cheryl, hey there, my walking buddy. Cheryl Mobley Stimson shares, good evening. There is too much going on. There really is. Really, there really, really is. I love the music of both the Philly Pops and the Philadelphia Orchestra. I love going to the concerts, and it's always a majestic experience for me when I go. So that saddens me to hear that they are at odds. So the other article that I read that I want to share with you, and I want to know what you think and how you feel about, is the canine officer was put on leave after a police dog attacks surrendering suspect. I don't know, for those of you who might be unaware, there was this it was a terrible, horrible video that was being circulated, and there was a gentleman that was pulled over for a truck stop. And I believe there was some resistance in the beginning, but when he surrendered, the state troopers had a canine officer, a dog that attacked him. So as a result, an Ohio canine officer has been put on administrative leave and his dog placed in a kennel following an incident this month in which the animal was captured on body camera footage attacking a truck driver as he was surrendering to state troopers with his hands up following a highway chase. So what do you think about that? What are your thoughts about that as well? I'm curious. I want to know what you think and how you feel about what's going on in the world. And I'm sharing just a few things that I kind of pulled from the headlines today. So here in Philadelphia, I read that Jefferson Health is going to lay off hundreds of workers this week. Jefferson Health told employees this week that it would lay off 400 1,200 workers, roughly 1% of its workforce. The jobs being eliminated are concentrated in corporate and administrative roles. And it reads that Jefferson Health declined an interview for the story. Y'all, I mean, I know we keep saying it that there is so much going on, but there really, really, really is so much going on. Here we are in COVID compromised times. Now, mind you, I'm speaking what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. This is not anybody else's opinion but my own. But here we are, we're in COVID compromised times. That's what I like to call it. And we just talked about how much we needed essential workers. We talked about how much we needed medical personnel. And I do have the understanding. I did read that the jobs being eliminated are concentrated in corporate and administrative roles, but they play a part too. They play a part too. They absolutely play a part. So I'm curious to know, because there wasn't much more to the story. And then the fact that Jefferson Health declined an interview for the story, just, I just added to the disappointment. But what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So I'm curious to know what you think and how you feel. So Cheryl Mobley Stinson, she shares, I also love them both. And she's referring to the Philly Pops and the Philadelphia Orchestra. She shares that there seems that there would be room for all musicians in Philly. Music is a universal language. We need as many live musicians as possible, and we can never have too many. I agree with that. I mean, it definitely is. And what do they say? It soothes the savage beast, right? How about that? How about that? Cheryl Brown shares that the attack involving the canine officer was horrendous, and it really was. For those of you who did not see the video, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you did not. It was a terrible thing to see and to watch. I did not watch the whole thing. I could not. I just could not. I could not watch the whole thing. It was horrible. And I don't know, for those of you who did not hear this story, LeBron James's son, Bronny James, suffered cardiac arrest during his workout. Bronny James, the son of basketball star LeBron James, suffered a cardiac arrest during a practice on Monday, and he was taken to the hospital, according to a family spokesman. He's now in stable condition, according to the family. But he's 18. He's a baby. He's a baby, and he's a rising basketball star and an incoming freshman at the University of Southern California. I cannot imagine what his family, what he and his family are all going through. I cannot, and at 18, to have suffered a cardiac arrest. I keep reading that, though, with our athletes, with our young athletes. This isn't the first story that I've read about one of our babies to which this happened. So again, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? I do have another story to share, but we have a family member who is waiting on our phone lines, and I don't want to keep you waiting. So are you still there by any chance? I may have been. Wait a minute.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
This is Rick. Can you hear me okay now?
Rick. Hi, Rick. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Hello there.
Still alive, but
Praise God.
the parasites are now coming up from the stomach and going into the lungs. So it makes my voice a little raspy. I sound worse than I really am, I guess.
I'm curious, Rick. I'm so sorry to hear that. But is there medication that helps?
My wife is a Chinese herbalist and acupuncturist. And there are standard Chinese pills and non-standard Chinese teas that she prepares. I think the pills are basically stool looseners and stool thickeners,
Sure.
which make it hard for the worms to swim, and they die off and they're passed out in the stool.
Okay.
But that's been keeping me alive for about 10 years.
Mm.
The worms are slowly overcoming the pills and the teas.
Okay. So there isn't anything to kill the parasite themselves.
There is a military treatment for this, but I'm being denied that. I've been in country here in Germany for 10 years, and the doctors can do a simple blood test and diagnose this worm. They refuse to because I'm a big mouth, and my voice is magnified by what I do talking to you and others there in America on talk radio. And they don't like that. So they say, let the Negro pass away quietly.
That's horrible.
But I wanted to call you on a more positive note.
Okay.
You spoke about the end of days, and I want to say that I don't believe everything in the Bible, but I do believe in one of the basic themes of the Bible, and that is that even though mankind will wage war with one another and pollute the planet, there will be a new creation of the earth and man. And this is in this Christian hope I live my life. In this Christian hope, I rediscovered the Bible between the ages of 12 and 16. And it gives me hope. Even though I am at the end of days, I don't believe all mankind will pass away and perish with the troubles that are coming on the planet.
Well, you know, the Creator does have the last say, and it always stirs my spirit when you speak, and to hear you say you are in the end of days. Listen, you've been here 10 years when you've got forces that are against you. So I am claiming that you will be here well in excess of 10 more. I'm claiming it, Rick.
You're an optimist.
I am. I'm a believer. My faith is strong. My faith is very strong.
I think America sits on the edge of civil war. That's a negative thought to many white and Jewish women of the CIA. They don't want to think about it. They think they're strong enough and clever enough and intellectual enough to ward it off. I don't think so.
I was about to say the thing that you said that said everything is that they think they are strong enough. They think that right there, that gives me everything I need. Because like I said, my faith is so strong. Because they think it, that doesn't mean it's so.
Well, Miss Riddick, thank you for the time. And if I live a few more days, there's another positive story I would like to share. But I don't have time or energy tonight. I love you, and I leave you with the rest of your audience.
I love you more, Rick. And I can't wait until our next conversation.
Bye-bye.
God be with you. Bye-bye. Family, if you have just joined us, you are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. There is one other thing I want to share with you. There was one story I was saying that I want to share with you. President Biden honors Emmett Till and his mother with a new national monument. It reads, President Joe Biden signed a proclamation Tuesday to establish the Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley National Monument. Till, the black 14-year-old who was lynched in 1955 after he was accused of whistling at a white woman in Mississippi, became a symbol of the civil rights movement. I'm curious to know what you think and how you feel about this national monument and the dedication to Emmett Till, and to his mother, his beloved mother, Mamie Till Mobley. Oh, I'm going to take a moment to go back to our socials to acknowledge some of our family members who are checking in. Actually, nope, I'm looking at the time. I get so carried away, y'all. Y'all know I do because I love just spending time with you. It's time for us to take just a short commercial break. But when we come back, I'm going to go to our socials and then back to our phone lines. So stay with us because we will be right back.
WURD Radio Digital Tip of the Month with Stephanie Humphrey is brought to you by Comcast.
It doesn't have to be the dog days of summer for your gadgets to overheat. Your smartphone will usually become physically warm to the touch, but here are some other signs your devices are getting too hot. If apps or other programs freeze up, basic functions take longer than usual, or your laptop or smartphone shuts down unexpectedly, that could mean that it's too hot. If you think your device is overheating, here's what you can do. Keep gadgets out of direct sunlight, especially in the car. Make sure your laptop fan isn't being blocked, and turn down the brightness or take the case off of your device. This might also be a cue for you to take a little break for a while as well. Finally, make sure you're not resting any devices on your bare skin. You could actually get burned if your smartphone or laptop gets overheated. Keep your cool and stay safe this summer with your tech. And stay tuned to WURD for more tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
Why is WURD important to the community?
Thank you for asking.
Let me count the ways.
And it's one of the most important radio stations in the country.
WURD has always been a platform for Black people in Philadelphia.
We're one of the only Black-owned talk radio stations in the country. We're one of 4 in the nation.
You know, a lot of what's going on in the world today, I think, is a result of people feeling like they don't have a voice.
Without WURD, we wouldn't have such educated, loving, caring people of color who really are interested in what's going on in neighborhoods around the city.
WURD creates such a sense of community in the Black community here in Philadelphia.
It amplifies the voices that are mostly marginalized.
It allows you to speak and be heard and to create your own narrative, your own story.
It's a place where we can share our thoughts, our ideas, our dreams.
You control who and what you say about yourself.
Every community needs a hub.
We are 20 years strong, giving voice to the community, and without the community, there will be no WURD. We are one and the same, and it is not a game. WURD.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
This is your celebration.
I'm Patricia Canella Duckett from United Healthcare Community Plan, and I want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary. For those of you that do not know, WURD and United Healthcare Community Plan have a very long-standing history, and we'd love to continue the partnership and continue doing much work. Again, happy 20th anniversary. Thank you so much.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Family, hello there. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. So I started tonight's episode sharing some articles with you, some news articles about things that are going on in the world. And I'm curious to know, first of all, if you knew about it. Secondly, what you think And thirdly, how you feel about those things. But before we get into that, I want to go back to our socials just to recognize and acknowledge some more of our family members who are joining us. Let's see. Will Downing Singer. Well, hello, Will Downing. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. He shares amen. And I know. I don't even have to ask to what that comment is in response. I know it was because I said my faith is strong, because I know yours is too. So I know exactly what that meant. It was amen with 3 exclamation marks, it looks like. Ms. Joanne Dormand, she shares, please ask Rick of Germany to reach out to Dr. R. Burton in Philadelphia and Allentown. I will do just that. I hope he's still listening, but I most certainly will. The next time Rick calls us, I will do that. I'm so sorry I missed that while he was with us on the air, but I will do that. Zen Motley is checking in with us, and Zen shares, I don't think mankind will pass away, but the system that is polluting the world is going to destroy itself. Zen, that right there, that's a full conversation. That's a whole conversation right there, because there's so much going on. I'm curious to know what you think of this AI universe that we're creating and how that plays into the pollution of the world and the world destroying itself. I'm so curious. I'm curious to know what you all think about that, quite honestly. Cheryl, thank you for the compliment. Cheryl shares a compliment with me. Rowena, God bless everyone. Good evening, Carol Riddick and WURD family. Yes, thank you so much. Alfredia, hey Frey. She shares good evening all. Carol Riddick and Will Downing Singer. Yes, Will is joining us tonight. I do believe one of our family members has been waiting to talk with us on our phone lines, and I don't want to keep you waiting any longer if you are still there.
Hello, Cal.
Ron, how are you today?
Yes, how you doing, Mr. Will? I hope that you're recovering. You will never recover, but you have precious memories that your loved one left behind. Before I talk about Killer J in her church, I would like to say these words. And those words are, soon will be done, troubles of this world. And that's why peace must never be still. Peace must be an emotion. We must carry it wherever we go. I didn't sleep last night. Not out of sadness. I'm putting something together, a testimony to say to this person, to the person, for being so kind. If you're kind to me, you have been kind to many others. And this is so significant. Say all day and all night, the angels kept watching over me. The kindness of a person's words to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. Well, where are you going with this, man? Every time I make reference to my childhood, for 80 years, I've been crying. For 80 years, I'm not fabricating nothing. So I say what I want to give my gift back. Just no hanky-panky foolishness. Thank you for what you have said, Joanne, because I haven't gotten that said many times in my life. I want to talk about Killer J in that church that she belonged to. The officer that made transition, the lady officer, they're going to have a service in Killer's church. And one thing about Killer J, this is not pandering, this is that, her temperament, because the Lord come into her life at an early age. You could never take her off her, as they call, square. Look how just a little kindness and pleasantness. I have received a lot of things in my life, tangible things, and all like that. It is the people that have used words, kind words, not to manipulate me. And them people that did that, a lot of good will come to them. I'm not talking some emotional, spiritual overkill. This is a fact. For 80 years, I've been crying. And so What I'm saying, and I'm glad that the Lord didn't let me sleep, to let me put these precious words to say thank you for defending me. So that's my story. I got joy. And then I was talking to Mark from the corporation for the agent. And when I get there, I'm asking Mark to let me speak to the elders and to speak about WURD, Carol, your program. And I'm not telling you, beloved, about how you're a healer. You had to be that way as a child to become an adult female to be this way as you are. I'm not panning to Carol. This lady here, it's her words that has seduced me, not of no flirtation, of kindness and compassion. One time I was on this radio, somebody said something. Kel went and made the necessary adjustment without offending the person. Oh, what a precious, precious person to have someone do that. And that means much to me. I didn't have a loving life or a kid life, but God converted me with kind people. I don't buy love. I don't buy that. I have intangible things. It's people's words that make a difference in mine. So let me get on my cup to run it over. Thank you.
Ron, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for continuously sharing positivity with us. Thank you for being transparent with us, and thank you for your vulnerability. I would like to just take a moment to thank all of you, family, for your transparency and for your vulnerability. It means so much to me because in this space, I believe it's so important. I believe that's what this space is for. Love and life is for that. I say that. I don't know if I say it enough. I don't know. But that it is my hope that when you come into this space and we converse and we communicate, it's my hope that we learn to communicate effectively and we learn to communicate better and that we share information and that we're all comfortable and trusting of each other. So I thank you both, Rick and Ron, and to those of you who continuously share. Excuse me, I'm so very sorry. Who continuously share. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much with every fiber of my being. Family, if you have just joined us, you are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. So here we are. It's Tuesday, and what we typically do on Tuesdays, we do our tune-up with Dillon Swaine. Before Dillon joins us, I'm curious to know if any of you have begun any new regimens. I'm curious to know if you've changed your eating habits. I won't say diet. I don't like that word. If you've changed your eating habits in any way, good, bad, or indifferent. Because, I mean, here is where we support one another. So if you say, look, I had a bad week, I had a bad weekend, I fell off or what have you, this is where we encourage you as you move forward to do better. I shared yesterday that I did begin walking. I did. And again, I'm going to share this too. I did not say that in any way to be braggadocious, but I'm sharing it so that you might too feel inspired. Hopefully that you will. And Cheryl's been joining me. I've had a walking partner these past few days. Cheryl has been out there. Cheryl Mobley Stimson. We've been out there walking, haven't we, Cheryl? And I did share some pictures with you all the other day. Well, one. I shared one picture, but I'm just enjoying. I keep saying it every day. God, you are such a wonderful artist. I mean, he was the first, right? The first and the best to ever do it. So I love his artwork. I love the nature. So, family, those of you who are joining us, Miss Lily, hello. Good evening to you. Nicole Adrienne, girl, you better come on out there and walk with us too. She shares that she's been walking daily and she's incorporating way more veggies and fresh fruit. Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't get all the way there yet. well, I can't do the fruit, but I've been eating my veggies. I have. So I'm doing it, okay, not too badly, not too badly. But what I won't do is I won't keep Dylan away for too long so he can share some more important things with us this week as we move forward on our tune up on our journey to getting better. So, family, I invite you to the conversation with Dillon Swaine. Hey there, Dylan.
Hey, family. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you. We're all ready for our tune up.
Are you? I would have been here 30 minutes earlier, but something's kicking off the data and the Wi-Fi in the house. I don't know what's going
Listen,
on.
do you know what it is? It's the devil's minions trying to get, listen, we're all trying to do better, and the minions are in full effect. Okay, that's what it is. It's the minions. But we were having a great conversation. I don't know how much of it you caught, but we were talking about some current events, some things that are going on in the world now. Just
Catch me up.
Well, we mentioned President Biden with the national monument in honor of Emmett Till and his mother, Mamie Till Mobley. We mentioned LeBron James's son having a heart attack at 18, which, oh my goodness.
Yikes.
Yes, he suffered a cardiac arrest during practice
What happened there?
yesterday on Monday during his practice. But he's in stable condition now. He's in stable condition now, as reported by his family. But to be 18, and I was saying to our family members that I keep reading this, that there are more and more athletes, young athletes, that are having health challenges such as this. Yeah. So, Dylan, what do you have for us today? What are we being charged with this week?
Right. Yes, I heard you're getting your steps in, so that's a plus for me.
Listen. We've been getting up. We've been getting out there. Listen, I've shared a picture that I took the other day, and I was so happy to share it. I came across a mother deer, and it was a mother deer. Let me do that. There we are. That's the picture I took the other day. You laughing at my photography skills? What is that? What did you do?
I'm laughing at the tech skills. This is cool.
Yes, you laughing at my skills. Don't sleep on my skills, Dylan. So, family, for those of you who are listening and are unable to see, I shared a photo that I took the other day, and I keep sharing this story with anybody within earshot. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but I'm so happy to tell it. And I'm going to share it with you. That I came across a deer and her two babies, and she let me stand. Now, I wasn't trying to get too close, but she let me stand close enough that I was able to photograph them and take some video of them. So I was really happy to do so. Really, really happy.
That's nice.
Oh, I'm going to take a moment to go to our socials. Miss Lily is sharing that she's trying to incorporate moderate exercise on a daily basis. Kudos.
Hey.
Yes. And Cheryl, who has been walking with me, she shares that she's committed to a complete lifestyle adjustment, and she's not giving up. So
Nice.
she's grateful for the encouragement. That's right. That's what we're doing, right? That's what we're doing. We're encouraging one another along this journey.
Good
So
job,
what do you
everybody.
What do you have for us, Dylan?
Today's tune-up, mainly today's tune-up is all about those good foods that are going to keep you up in the morning. Everybody's on the, last week we mentioned coffee, and last week we mentioned teas, herbs, all that stuff in the morning. So why not do a segment on that? Last week I mentioned bean water, the term bean water, and that's coffee for you. Waking up and taking a dose of bean water instead of tea. What's up?
I thought of you. I was in the market the other day and I saw bone broth.
Ooh,
I
nice.
did not buy it, but I saw it and I was thinking, I don't know what to do with this if I buy it. So hopefully you can share with us. I know some of our family members are familiar with bone broth, but for those of us who are not, maybe that could be a part of the conversation tonight as we're talking about different foods. Well, actually, not just yet. I'm going to hold that thought because we have to go to a break. But family, I'm encouraging you to join the conversation, as I always do. So know that the phone lines are open. And also feel free to comment and continue to comment on our socials. I want to remind you that you are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Stay with us. We're taking just a short commercial break, but we'll be right back.
What's up, Philly? It's Solomon Jones. Don't look now, but back to school is just around the corner. How will that work for you? Did your child's education plan work for you last year? Were safety issues, bullying, and persistent health concerns working together to make your child or grandchild's life miserable? Maybe it's time to consider Commonwealth Charter Academy. They know how schools should work. Commonwealth Charter Academy, or CCA, has a 21-year track record of providing a flexible, stable, online education in the comfort of your home. Enroll today at ccaeducate.me. Here are some benefits that could work for your family. 1, a world-class, flexible, customizable education streamed directly to your home at no cost to you. 2, laptops, headphones, high-speed internet access, and learning materials, all provided at no cost to you. Join the more than 4,200 students from Philly who already attend CCA. Enroll for the fall at ccaeducate.me. Trust me, they know how school should work.
Founders Day is back, and you won't want to miss the celebration of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, on Friday, August 18th at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please join us for a block party filled with panel discussions, health screenings, dancing, food, and fun. Check out family-friendly activities, vendors, and the presentation of our 3rd annual Community Impact Awards. You can also stand with WURD Radio. Start or renew your 4WURD membership at the special Founders Day discounted rate of $80, or start a digital membership. That's our 2023 Founders Day celebration, Friday, August 18th at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
This is your celebration.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hannah-Jones, and I want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary, and thank you for serving your community.
I'm Val Gay from the Barnes Foundation, and I want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary.
This is Eric Carmen to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary.
I'm Karen Mayer, business manager at WURD Radio. Happy 20th anniversary, WURD. Looking forward to the next 20.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Family, welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Before we continue and receive the response from Dylan, I just want to recognize some of the comments that are taking place on our socials. You all are talking about this heat, and it made me chuckle as I was reading it during the commercial break, because I was jokingly saying today that I'm so sick and tired of looking like it's my first day of school. This heat has been beating me down. I'm a natural hair girl, but this heat has been doing something different to me. Okay. But in any event, it made me chuckle, so I thought I would share that. But I do want to recognize some more friends of ours that are joining the conversation. Timothy Robinson. Hey there, Tim. Welcome. And so Dylan, Miss Lily is asking, what's a good substitute for bone tea? Now I know I just saw it in the store. I don't really know what it's good for. I don't remember what you told us it's good for. But if you could help us with that and tell us also what a good substitute is for bone tea.
Oh, of course. So tea in general is anything that you're just stewing in water and you're pulling out those nutrients. So you can
Mhm.
put a whole bunch of things in a cup or a pot and start pulling out nutrients. Now, regarding the bone marrow tea, instead of bone tea, one of the things you can do is have those pre-mixed supplements, almost like a probiotic supplement or collagen supplements. You can also shake those up in a bottle, drink them, easy as that. They're going to give you the same amount of nutrients. Well, not the same amount of nutrients, but they're going to give you the substance that you're looking for from that bone tea. You know, you're looking for the collagen, the bone marrow, the omegas from the fat.
Okay.
You're not going to get too much protein because you're not really eating the meat yet, or the peas or the beans and all that stuff. But
Okay.
that's a good substitute if you don't like bones.
So you were talking about bones and bone marrow.
Hmm.
Now, we're getting the marrow from the bone.
Oh yeah, that comes from the inside of the bone. If you have beef, bone, turkey, chicken, any sort of bone, you can.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
yeah, bone is bone.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I mean, it could be different. And
Mhm.
so I was asking you too about the bone broth. I
Yeah,
was asking you that a little earlier. Now, is that is there some are there sim- are there similarities of the benefits that we could get from bone tea and bone broth?
bone tea. Remind me. I think bone tea is the same thing as bone broth.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Lily was asking about bone tea, so I thought it was different. I thought bone tea and bone broth were
Uh,
two different things. But
There are
okay,
some packets of like dried up bone. Grind it up.
really?
There is such a thing. I don't recommend going that route. You might as well just reuse your foods that you're using already. If you like filleting stuff
Okay.
and you don't want to eat with the bone, a lot of parents with children like to cook uh, fillets, especially
Mhm,
boneless thighs. If you get the
mhm.
thighs and you make the boneless yourself, you can toss those bones in a pot, make like a stew, chicken stock, and then you can cook with that too. Instead of using all the oil and the butter, you can actually cook with that.
So chicken stock, not all right. I'm confusing everything because I'm stuck on this bone broth. I really am. So how do we use bone broth?
You just drink it. You just put bones in a pot, you boil it. I like to put some celery, carrots, sometimes potatoes. I try to manage the carb intake. That's a whole nother
Okay.
story. But definitely some veggies. If you like kale, throw some kale in there, some
I
spinach,
do.
and now you have
Mhm.
a veggie broth. That's literally
So
carb, high fat, high in omega fat, high in collagen. These are good things for your body for vitality. We spoke on vitality last week
we did. Okay.
and hydration. Yeah.
Oh, it's good for hydration as well.
Oh yeah, you're drinking a pot of water.
Okay. Well, how about that? Duh. When you talk these things, they just sound so much more complicated to me when you're explaining it to me. It's so funny. I'm telling you, when I was in the supermarket and I stood there, I was looking. I said he was talking about bone broth,
Hmm.
and I cook, but for the life of me, I was standing there thinking, what would I do with that? Like, what would I put in it? But now, as you're explaining, I would do just that. And I love kale. I put kale. Everything. So how about that would have been my first go to. How about
Oh
that?
yeah, some onions too. Some celery. I recommend the celery. Celery brings out a lot of flavor, especially with onions and garlic.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
You're reliving a memory. Some of our family members are sharing. Eugenia Callwood is sharing. You can make a soup with bone broth.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going back. It was at Aldi where I saw it, and I'm going back. I'm going to get some. I felt so intimidated because it's new. But I felt so intimidated when I saw it. I said, "Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this." But I'm going to get me some, and I'm going to try it. Zen shares for another lifestyle change. There was a guy who used to come on to the station, and he would take folks into the park and he would forage herbs and medicinal plants. He was a homeopath. Oh, nice.
Nice.
So he suggests that we check that out. If we do, get a good wild plant book. Yeah, I used to have a neighbor some
Careful
years
out
ago.
there.
Yeah, well, he would grow because I had no clue. They all looked like weeds to me. What he would grow, but
Careful.
he took me one day and he said, "Okay, now this right here you can season your meats with. This here you can make good soups with, and this here is for that." And I promise you, it all looked the same to me. So, but he was so knowledgeable about that. And Zen also shares another use for bone broth: to take the vegetables out and run it through the blender, and to put it on your plants. What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
So that's a
so
way to really recycle what you're doing if you really are about the environment. But if you want to just help your plants in your house and get some good nutrients out of it, and if you have veggies, you're growing tomatoes, you're growing mint plants, if you're growing basil, oregano, all these things, chop it up, mix it in with your soil. Oh my gosh, you're gonna give the plant some life. Now, speak about vitality. That's true vitality.
I love that. Okay, and then the bone meal. All
Mhm.
right, I've got to really get. I have to do some more research on this bone meal, bone marrow. Oh yeah, bone meal. I used to add that to my plant. I still add that to my plants when I'm planting.
Mhm.
Yeah, my father used to tell me about that. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
but
I'm.
that's not the only thing in the morning that you could put in your body for energy, because we're talking about things that are like opposite of caffeine, right? That's kind of how we
Mm-hmm.
started.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, Carol, do you drink any sort of caffeinated drinks? I know you don't drink coffee.
Mm-mm. My matcha tea.
Matcha, cool.
I
So
do.
green
That's my
tea,
morning.
yeah, green tea is an alternative for sure. So some teas like black tea, green tea, white green tea, all of these leaves carry some sort of caffeine with it.
Mhm.
Sometimes the caffeine will be added into these drinks in a way that I'm not even going to go into. But for the most part, you guys are good. Now, in the morning time, if you really want to have a boost and you're tired of the dehydrating effects of caffeine, because what it does is that it dehydrates you. It actually, the point of caffeine, just so everybody knows, it doesn't just give you a boost of energy.
Mhm.
Caffeine blocks your appetite receptors and your thirst receptors so that you can keep going without the feeling. Therefore, you feel like you're not thirsty or hungry anymore. Now,
Mhm.
when those side effects go away and the actual hunger is now double than it was, and the thirst is
Yeah.
now double than it was, now you're in for a rude awakening. That's where you get the crash. And let's say if you had sugar with this, oh Lord, now you got a high glucose spike, you got a high sugar spike. Meanwhile, your body can't even sense the sugar. It's just kind of in
Mhm.
there in your blood, like, what's going on? So you feel a rush. Then once everything starts to mellow out, your body starts to gain sense of what's happening. That's when the major crash hits, and 4 hours, 6 hours later, you are at your decks, head over, whatever whatever it may be. So
That happened to me today.
did it?
It
It
did.
happens. It really happens. So here's how you get out of that. Some of the best things to have in the morning, we spoke about this last week, are multivitamins. Vitamins are literally the pillar of vitality, energy, liveliness. Okay? You're going to have better movement throughout your day, better sleep quality, better movement in the bed for those who are even thinking that way. Just it's a very nice vital, what I'm talking about, like vital way
Okay.
of getting your body going. So
Okay.
multivitamins, make sure it has a good vitamin B count, a good vitamin. Everybody's going to get vitamin C. You don't have to purchase vitamin C unless you have a deficiency. Just so you guys know, there's enough vitamin C in most foods for you to last all day. If you are deficient, that's when you probably need a vitamin C.
Mm.
Now, and I'm not a nutritionist, so don't quote me. So you got vitamin D,
Oh
omegas,
yeah.
vitamin B, vitamin E, vitamin A, potassium, magnesium, iron, and zinc. Those are literally the powerhouses of energy right there. So make sure that your multivitamin has those things. You can also message me on the side if that was too much to
Yeah,
kind
well,
of
I mean,
remember.
because I think I missed about two. But wait, so K is not important for energy?
K is definitely important.
So would K be in this list as well?
Oh yeah, I didn't want to have to
Okay.
go through the explanation of vitamin K again.
Well, no, I mean, listen, if it's important, then we need to know, right?
There you
So we're
go.
talking about vitamin B, vitamin D, the omegas. Is that both 3 and 6?
You
Is
don't
that
need
what
to
it
worry
is?
about 6. If you just get
Yeah.
an omega-3 pill, you're good to go. If you
Okay.
get an omega pill or a omega complex pill, it's going to have both a ratio of omega-3 and 6.
Okay.
When it comes to
Okay.
the ratio, 2 to 1.
Okay.
Omega-3, 2, omega-6, 1. Always.
Okay. And then there was E, there was A, there was potassium, magnesium, and iron, and
There
K.
you go. Ooh,
And I
and
think I
zinc.
missed one. I thought zinc. I knew I missed one. Okay. All right. Well, family, here we are again. I'm looking at the clock. It's that time. We have to go to just a short break. But know that the phone lines are still open and feel free to continue to comment on our social. Stay with us because we will be right back.
WURD Radio is the only African American owned and operated talk radio station in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and one of only 3 remaining in the country. In the past 20 years, WURD has evolved into a multimedia, multi-platform communications company that reaches deeply into the Black community through radio, events, digital, and social media. It is considered the go-to channel to engage, interact, and connect with Philadelphia's Black community. Our brand is built on the personal legacy of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. Dr. Lomax was a brilliant physician who established medical centers in underserved neighborhoods throughout Philadelphia to provide high-quality healthcare to Black and Brown communities for over 30 years. One of his most ambitious acquisitions was when he purchased WURD Radio. He understood the power of ownership and the power of independent media. Through WURD, he wanted to ensure that Philadelphia's Black community had the ability to speak and be heard in their own voice. We are celebrating 20 years of Black excellence. We are celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. This vignette was brought to you by Comcast, United Way, and Bank of America.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
This is your celebration.
Hi, I'm Baron Holland from Bank of America, and on behalf of Bank of America, I would like to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary. WURD is the heartbeat of the Black community in Philadelphia, and we look forward to helping WURD continue their programming and continuing doing the good work in the community in Philadelphia. Once again, a very happy 20th anniversary.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. We're bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD Radio, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, WURD, Philadelphia. Celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. Streaming online at WURDradio.com and the WURD Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at WURDradio.com. It is Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's time for our Tuesday Tune Up with Dillon Swaine. That's what we do. Dillon, your internet is unnerving me. It keeps going in and out. It's driving me crazy. Driving me crazy. No, it's not. I'm just teasing. But in any event, he's working through the issues. He's working it out. He's working it out. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is just talk with some of our family members who are on our socials, who are sharing with us. Zen shares that the tea bags and the coffee grinds, you can put that in your soil. And it's a great soil builder. Yes, I do that. I do that, Zen. I sure do. And it does work so well. It really does. Frey shares that she's a tea drinker too. Hibiscus and green and black teas are a few of her favorites.
Oh, yeah.
She said she doesn't really care for coffee either. As that Miss Lily thanks you for sharing about the cons of caffeine because she shares that she was unaware. Steve Watkins is saying hello. Hey there, Steve. Thank you for joining us. Frey is also asking, is brand important as it pertains to the recommended vitamins?
I saw that question. Brand, yikes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't endorse them yet. All right, so brand counts, but not really, because you can. It would be wise to teach you about marketing real quick. 10 seconds.
Okay.
People can put their label on a container. You can go 3 containers to the right. It'll be a different label, but it's the exact same pill. That's how some marketing can work nowadays. That's how supplements are really getting mainstream nowadays, because they have affiliated markets. So when you purchase any sort of supplement, it would be wise to look at the nutrition facts and who tested it. I'm a big fan of not just FDA approved stuff. It's actually not that hard to get an FDA approval. I like to go to third-party testers. So if you look on your pill, capsule container, liquid container of multivitamins, or let's say if it's a tea box that has some sort of probiotics with it and it has that nutrition in the back, look for third-party testing. You can actually scan the barcode on some of these things. Most of them have a barcode on your phone that you could just, on the package, where you could take your camera, tap the barcode, and you can look up exactly where your ingredients came from and the traces of each ingredient, where the lab was. And you can see how much potency of each vitamin count is inside of your specific product. Because I'll be honest with you, each product is not going to be the exact same. The nutrition labels give you a general idea of what it should be. Now, in transit, in formation, in creation, you're going to have lost vitamin counts, lost percentages, especially if it's a liquid, because it's not capsulated. Liquids are more susceptible to light, more susceptible to instability, whereas a solid pill, it's kind of just there. It's kind of hard. That's why the omega pills on the back of the container, because it's a gel, it'll stay stored in a cool, dark place away from sunlight for a reason. Protein powders, similar thing.
Wow, thank you for that. That's good to know. That is good to know. So you mentioned a probiotic. How important are probiotics to our well-being or to our diet?
Oh, probiotics are good for the digestive system. Everybody has bacteria in their stomach. So probiotics are forms of bacteria, and it helps regulate the digestive tract. For people who are having a whole bunch of, let's say, fried foods, let's say wine, or are on a lifestyle change where they're taking away a certain food group and their stomach has not necessarily settled into that lifestyle yet, probiotics will help level things out.
Okay. Okay. Wow. You look at me. I'm going through all this.
Yeah, we're going through a lot.
Processing. You listen, processing. I mean, well, it is a process too. If we're talking about lifestyle changes, anyway, this is all a process, and we're trying to make sure we're equipped with the necessary information and the proper tools. Right. Frank shares. Thank you.
High energy stuff.
Say that again.
Sorry. Go ahead, Frank. What's up?
No, Alfredia. She shares. Thank you.
Oh, Alfredia. Yeah, no worries.
Of course. And Cheryl shares good evening. Good evening, Dillon. Michael Upshaw is joining us as well, and he shares good evening. Good evening. So yes, Frey, thank you for that question. But Dillon, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Yeah. When we first started the call, I mentioned about foods that you can substitute coffee with. Even
Mhm.
though coffee is a beverage, there are foods that will give you high energy, so you don't have to rely on that caffeine boost. So, for those that don't really get a chance to eat food in the morning, I always recommend having a protein shake or a protein powder nearby.
Mm.
Number one, protein keeps muscle on your body. Muscle is the driving force in everything that you do. You need muscle to lift your arm. You don't need fat to lift your arm. The muscle moves kind of the bone. The muscle moves the fat with the bone. So
You have to
we
throw
want to
us under
keep,
the bus like that.
hey, I want you guys to know I came from a big, pudgy place in life
Okay,
when I was
okay,
young. So
okay.
I know the feelings. Now, those foods, I'm going to start off with the protein, then go down to the carbs and the sugar, things that are tasting sweet in the morning that you might want to have just because
Okay.
you want to have something sweet. Protein shakes definitely are a must. Have those 3 times a day because they're going to give you an amino acid complex. Amino acids are what proteins break down into. So if you don't get enough protein throughout your day, the amino acids may just help you keep the protein on your body because those are the building blocks to muscle.
Okay, so to that point, how much protein should we have in each shake? How much are you recommending?
Standard
Okay.
25 to 30 grams.
Okay. Okay.
Every protein shake that you'll get will always be at a 20 to 30 gram serving. Grams of protein per serving. Every
Mhm.
protein shake will have that. Now, I like to go for the ones that are around 25, 30. And normally it would be the intake, how much you would have per day,
Mhm.
is about 2 to 3 shakes. Because if you're having 2 to 3 meals a day, each meal you have is going to be around 25 to 30 grams of protein.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So these protein shakes, they're substitutes for the meal, right? For for the food you would potentially be eating. They're not in addition
Exactly.
to. Okay. I
So
just
if
want to
you
be
can have it
clear.
in addition to, for sure. But for
Oh.
not of a lot of us who get in the car, who have kids, who they just jump out and go to work. They don't feel that hunger in the morning. That
Mhm.
protein shake will actually save you. It's going to hydrate
Okay.
you. It's going to put in some vitamins in there because it does have vitamin B, a high vitamin B content. And vitamin B is energy, how we talked about last week. Now, if
Mhm.
you have blueberries on hand, now you got a double vitamin B boost because blueberries are high in vitamin B.
Mhm.
Blueberries are also high in antioxidants.
Mhm.
So if you throw some blueberries in there with your high protein shake, with your favorite liquid, if it's water, almond milk, oat milk, now you got the carbs going in there. Now you don't really have to worry about that oatmeal, eggs, and peanut butter breakfast that you would love to have. Or, if you're vegan, dang.
Yeah, I was about to say I was waiting to hear that one.
No, vegan
So-
breakfasts are usually I know vegetarian breakfasts, they usually stick with eggs, yogurt, parfaits with, mango, chopped mango, coconut
Mm.
flakes. You got the agave syrup. I'm keen to that with the Greek yogurt. I'm keen to that. So there's always ways to put in the protein because there are things as pea protein, protein from pea plants, protein
I was about
from
to say some plant.
rice.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
That,
plant-based
that
everything
makes sense.
nowadays. So it's out
I
there for you.
want to go back to our socials because some of our family members are commenting. Ebby shares. Salute, Ebby Cummings. Hi there, Ebby. Salute to the host. Well, salute to you as well, Ebby. Thank you so much. Miss Lily shares. Dylan, is that 25 to 39 grams of protein 3 times a day?
20 to 30.
20
And
to 30. Okay.
that's the goal. How I would love the world to be on is 3
Mhm.
protein shakes a day. 1 to 2 is okay.
Okay. But this is in addition to meals
Oh,
or
yeah.
in place of? Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Okay.
In the
Okay.
morning time, this is instead of your meal because I get it. Some people aren't just hungry, but it's kind of easy to just put a shake in your car and sip on it while you're driving
Okay. Okay.
instead of
Um,
that coffee.
Miss Julie is asking, well, she shares one love first, and she also shares good evening, everyone. Dylan, are protein shakes recommended because it flows through the bloodstream faster?
No, but that's a benefit. They definitely flow. They get absorbed into your bloodstream faster.
Okay.
Not just because of that. The main reason is because it's a quick source of protein that you can have at any part of your day without having to go microwave, cook, prep, all that stuff. Air fry, grill, whatever it is.
Frey shares, she writes, okay, so I add a plant-based protein and collagen to my green smoothies and fruit. Is that sufficient?
You're warming my soul. That's sufficient for my soul. Listen, collagen, the water or almond milk, oat milk, whatever you put in there, or dairy, the protein powder. Oh yeah. The only thing I would add, maybe if you're looking for a kick, is maybe some fruits.
Okay. Oh yeah, she did write green smoothies and fruit. I don't think I've ever seen you smile so big before. Frey, I think you just touched a special place in Dylan's heart. I don't think I ever saw you smile so wide and so
That's
big.
funny.
Oh my goodness, family, let me take this time to let you know that if you have just joined us, you are tuned into Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. I want to remind you or let you know, in case you're unaware, that you too can join the conversation, and you can do that by joining us on our socials. You can comment on our socials, or you can give us a call, and you can do that by dialing 215-634 8065, or you can call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. We're talking with Dyllon Swaine, as we do on Tuesdays for our Tuesday Tune Up. Dylan is giving us all kinds of tidbits of information about the foods that we can eat, and some substitutions as well. Frey is sharing that she used water and sometimes chia seeds and flax seeds.
Sorry, a bunny just tried to say hi. Yeah, the animals come real close, like it's a zoo.
No. I love that. I would sit out all day. I would. I love I do.
Flaxseed. Yep. Flaxseed in your smoothies. Some people like to put black sesame seeds. Oh yeah.
So there's an advantage to black sesame seeds as well.
Mm-hmm. They give an energy boost also. So the higher fiber you go in your smoothies or in your meals or whatever you eat in your drinks,
okay.
the more energy you're going to get per gram of fiber. So fiber has 2 grams of energy or carbs per 1 gram of fiber. It's not just 1 gram of carb and that's it. So you're actually getting double the energy for just 1 gram of fiber.
Okay, and what about chia seeds?
Chia seeds, same thing. Those are seed. It's going to give you some fiber. Same thing.
Okay. Will it give you energy as well? A little boost in energy?
Oh yeah, we just got a comment from Lily about ginger and turmeric. Listen,
they're my favorites. Those are my favorites.
That stuff in there. But I'm just going to let you know, mixing milk and ginger is not the best. I've tried it before. Don't put ginger in your whey protein or plant protein smoothie. I suggest putting ginger in maybe a green smoothie. And if you're just doing greens, like let's say apples, kale, spinach, maybe a banana, throw some ginger and turmeric in there, definitely. But I would not recommend ginger, chocolate, and peanut butter.
No. That just hurt my spirit. Wait, that didn't even.
Listen, I made all the mistakes just trying to get protein in. All right.
But I put turmeric. So I have turmeric in my in my matcha tea in the morning, with my matcha tea in the morning. I call it my hug in a mug. It's a matcha tea latte. But Chloe, my fur child that you all have seen walking in the background here, she gets turmeric in her food too. So this is a turmeric household here. But So and I love ginger. So I typically use ginger in the foods that I cook. Frey is sharing that she says she keeps smiling, Dylan. She's so thankful to hear that she's moving in the right direction. She's a work in progress, and she too is smiling. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Michael Upshaw is asking a question. He's asking, is mushroom coffee healthy and safe for those who experience jitters from regular coffee?
All right. Yes. Mushroom coffee won't have caffeine in it. The point of mushroom coffee is to help you with your brain function and your focus. Then now you're going into neurotropics. A neurotropic is something that's going to increase stimulation in your brain without the use of stimulants. It's actually it's there's
Contributing to?
benefits to
Okay.
what happened?
I was saying contributing to. I was trying to offer a suggestion,
Awesome.
but I'm sorry. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Contributing to the way your brain functions, and it's going to
Okay.
increase the secretions of hormones that are complementary to proper brain function and focus. It doesn't just give you a boost. It's not that type of thing. A neurotropic actually allows your brain to secrete certain hormones at a different flux, at different levels that are going to help you focus if that's what you're going to do. So definitely, I recommend neurotropics for sure if you're trying to get off of caffeine and focus on, and just go about your day without having to focus on using coffee to focus on things.
Neurotropics, is that
Nootropics.
Oh.
Nuo.
Nuo. Look at that. Nootropics. Okay. So this is me and my little notes. I have a ton of notes when we talk with you, Dylan. I must share. I have a ton of little stickies all over the place. Nootropics. I've never ever heard. So nootropics. Okay, so there's no caffeine, which is wonderful. So there's the benefit.
Some will
in
come
that
with caffeine.
regard. Some will. Some mushroom coffee will have caffeine.
Some brands will put the caffeine in there because some people don't like to just get rid of it. So you can get both. But I recommend have nootropic. Just get the nootropic. No caffeine.
Michael, I hope that answered your question. Let us know if it did not. Frey shares that she adds turmeric to her water, ACV, lemon, and lime ginger. It's an acquired taste, though. That's what she shared. Now, what is ACV?
I'm wondering what ACV is too.
Okay, well, good. Okay, good. I'm not alone. It never feels good to be totally alone. Frey, share with us, please, what ACV is. I don't know what that is. I bet
I
it's
thought it was
something
agave
simple
for a
too.
second.
It's probably something simple. Miss Julie is sharing. She writes, just saying.
Oh, apple cider vinegar. I knew that.
Oh, Frey.
Whoops.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, I want to talk about apple cider vinegar as well. I'm so mad that I didn't figure that out as well. But Miss Julie writes, I'm just saying, a great almond milk. I'm not sure. Vanilla bean, literally, you can see the bean and taste the bean. A great almond milk Colby. I'm not sure. Michael says, thank you for that information. You definitely answered the question. So we're talking about apple cider vinegar as well. I know a cousin of mine, she used to drink it in the morning. What are the health benefits of apple cider vinegar?
I didn't look that one up last week. I looked up the PQQ and the COQ10 for sure.
Oh, that's right.
Apple cider vinegar is, there's multiple benefits for it. They say it's good for your skin if you drink it. They say it's good if you put it in food, if you soak your hair in it, soak your face in it. I'm not too aware of all these benefits of apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
Anything that I hear on mainstream media that they blast, I usually disregard.
Yeah, well, with good reason. With good reason. Right. Yeah, there's usually a reason they're trying to push it.
When I come back to you guys next week, I'll have some more info on apple cider vinegar for you. But to answer your questions a little bit later on CoQ10 and PQQ, I got that for you later.
Okay. I love that. Talking about these things that are typically pushed by the media. Will Downing, I don't know if you are still here in the room, but I always thought this was so funny because as a result of a conversation that he was having, I learned that the fish that I love so much, the Chilean sea bass or Chilean sea bass, however you prefer to pronounce it, is not actually from Chile.
Funny.
The Patagonian toothfish is what it actually is. And when I read the whole history of it, and I'm only sharing this story with you, family, because I'm supporting the comment that Dillon just shared about information and products that are typically pushed on mainstream is typically for a reason. You know, there's a marketing ploy behind it. You know, our beloved Chilean sea bass, if you will, which is nothing but Patagonian toothfish. We love it just the same, but look
That's
at
like
that.
whitefish and in sushi restaurants. You like sushi, Carol?
I'm not a big sushi person.
Oh, I'm a different dude. I'll try anything once, but sushi got the hook on me.
Yeah, there's some, but I don't know what I like. So that's why I'm not big on it, because I've not yet identified all of the things that I like in that realm.
For those that eat sushi or any sort of food from Japanese restaurants, if you ever see the name whitefish, just know that means any sort of whitefish, like swordfish, kingfish, shark. That's what whitefish is. There's no such thing as whitefish.
Let me shut my mouth. Listen, family, we have to go to a break, but know that the phone lines are still open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. Stay with us, because when we come back, Dillon is going to fill us in on, was it P and CoQ10?
We can do more foods in the morning. We can start.
We'll do that. Okay, stay with us. We'll be right back.
What are you waiting for? If you've been enjoying the information and interviews WURD provides every day, or come out to our community events, it might be time to become a member. This year marks the 20th anniversary of WURD, and there's no better time to join the forward movement. Sign up or renew your sustaining membership at just $90, or your digital membership for just $5 a month. Join online at wordradio.com/membership, or pick up the phone and give us a call at 215-425-7875. Press 4 for assistance. The time to join is now.
What am I waiting for?
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me, and
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Need a minute? Take a breath and breathe in positivity. Here are words of joy and empowerment from WURD Radio.
This is Valerie Harrison, Vice President for Public Affairs at Temple University. The power, purpose, and possibility of Black women are clear. While we can be very different, we share the authenticity of Maya Angelou, the community-mindedness of Ella Baker, the courage of Harriet Tubman, and the elegance and grace of Coretta Scott King. We bring our whole selves to every experience. Remember who you are. You are a light in darkness. You are the best of what it means to be human. I'm Valerie Harrison.
This joy and empowerment vignette was brought to you by Comcast.
This is your celebration.
Hey, this is David W. Brown, former general manager of WURD. I'm proud to say, and Temple University want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary.
I'm Delilah Wilson-Scott with Comcast, and I want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary. Thank you for celebrating 20 years of Black excellence, Black culture, Black legacy, and providing a forum so we can discuss the issues that we care about.
I'm Dylan Lewis from WURD Radio, and I want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary.
Hi, I'm Ken Anderson from the Chamber of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia, and I just want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary. Thank you for all that you do in this community. You are one of the anchors that make us who we are, and that is the best. So I'm wishing you happy 20th and many, many more.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk Media. You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
And we are back. Family, we are back here with Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Here we are. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. On Tuesday, we have our tune-up with Dillon Swaine, and we've been talking about foods and all kinds of stuff as it pertains to our health and well-being and our dietary goals, I should say. And so we do have a question. Miss Lily is asking what your thoughts are, Dillon, on the healthiest bottled water. I actually want to know the answer to this question myself.
I love these questions. The healthiest bottled water is one that you can bottle from the spring. All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now watch me beat you myself. Wait, you know what? Let me go. I'm coming for you myself with that, okay? Out of all of the bottled water brands. See, how you know
so
what? Miss Lily, I got him. Don't worry.
The best water bottle brand, any brand that'll give you a pH balance of 8, anything higher than a 7.5, like an 8, 8.5, sometimes 9 is good. The more basic the pH, the more you're going to level out all the acidity in your body from the foods and the stress that's going on. Now, I'm just going to let you guys know, it doesn't matter the water you drink. There's no better, but it's just a marketing thing again that people are going to say, hey, since everybody wants to be health conscious, by the way, you can be more health conscious with your water. And by the way, did you know about pH? That's all they're doing. So go ahead and get your brand of water. Don't spend $5 for one bottle of water when you get like $2 for like 3 bottles. Don't do that to yourself.
Okay, so with that being said, if we're talking about Dasani and Aquafina and Poland Springs and Essentia, I'm out here buying Essentia because they're telling me that, it's the best for me and what have you. So you're suggesting that we don't pay attention to that? I go ahead and get that Poland Spring or that Dasani water?
For the most part, people aren't even putting in enough water in the first place for that to be even negligible.
Okay, well, now that wasn't the question, but I'm working on it. I'm trying. Okay. I've got my little bottle here and I've been sipping. I've been working on it. So as it pertains to the different brands.
Yes. I don't want to give the brand names because, again, I'm not endorsed yet. So I'm waiting for that that check.
Okay. Okay.
Listen, guys and gals, Essential Water is a good brand. Personally, I invest into water brands. I invest into things that I taste and things that I find are good. There is a brand out there that I'm going to recommend to you guys. I'm not recommending the brand because I invest into it, but there's something called Alkaline 99. Alkaline 99 has a 9.9 pH. Now, I'm just going to let you know, They also have a CBD product line for those who like CBD products. So the water bottles come in a plastic container, just like any other water bottle. They're selling them at the jugs. And it's a higher pH than most. So I recommend going Alkaline 99 because they are on the up and up as a business. They have tons of new corporate changes, different CEOs, different leaders right now. And they actually just opened up about, I think it's 500 or 500,000. I forgot the number. It was like 500 something of large cooler containers in the West. And they also branded with Whole Foods. So now they're selling them in Whole Foods.
Okay, so they're that you can purchase them at Whole Foods now.
Yeah.
When you say
And
cool, these
CVS.
containers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry to have interjected, but these containers, what containers are these that they have?
These are just holding cooling containers for their products.
Okay.
So that's just letting you guys know that they're on the up and up, and it's going to be a
Okay.
new name brand. So because I'm recommending it, you may just not see it out there yet in
Okay.
most mainstream stores.
Mhm.
But CVS, I think Walgreens, Whole Foods has them
Okay.
on a
Alkaline
deal
99.
too. They got them for like 2 gallons and then get 1 gallon free. It's kind of cool.
Okay. But it has the highest pH.
Yes.
You're saying. Okay, and that's what we should be looking at. The pH
Things that are
level.
high basic. Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, well, this is what 9.5. So okay, we're doing all right there. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So I want to go back to the foods that you were recommending to us. I know we started with the protein shake, and you were saying that you were going to give us. We were talking about proteins. We're talking about things that we might want that might be on the less sweeter side, or if I
Oh, yeah.
heard that correctly.
So aside from the protein shakes,
Mhm.
which by the way, you can put oatmeal in your protein shakes. So there you go for that.
Put oats.
Oh yeah, oats.
Okay.
Steel cut
Okay.
or rolled oats. Don't put 1 minute quick oats.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that distinction. Okay. Okay.
Now, if you actually have the time to sit down and eat a breakfast, here's what I would recommend. Here's what you ought to do if you're looking for a energy-packed breakfast and to reduce your use of caffeine. Number 1, drink 32 ounces of water. Your body wakes up and is dehydrated from going 8 to 7 to 6 hours without anything, and also repairing itself overnight. So it's going to help you with your bowel movements, and it's going to help regulate your cells so that they have, hydration to operate instead of being all dried up. So 32 ounces of water from the start. Number 2, something with protein and carbs. So we've got eggs, we've got beans, you've got peanut butter, you've got oatmeal, high protein oatmeal. You can have high protein pancake mixes. I like the Kodiak cake brand. It's spelled Kodik AK, and then KAKEC cakes, Kodiak cakes. I think it's actually the cakes is spelled normally, but Kodiak is Kodiak.
Okay.
And they're a high protein supplement brand where they have graham crackers, pancakes, waffle mix that are high in protein that you can have as normal as you would with your normal breakfasts. Just now it's not Eggo.
Right. Okay.
Or
We
Bisquick.
don't eat Eggo. We don't eat Eggo.
Or Aunt Jemima. And I don't know what they call her now.
Yeah. Well, I have that in my cabinet. Okay.
Right. So these are healthier options, and they're going to have the amino acid complex that we talked about earlier. So
Okay.
you don't even have to worry about getting these supplements when your food already carries them in it. That's key.
Right. Okay.
So those are the foods. If there was a brand for waffles, pancakes, brownies, any sort of dessert, I recommend Kodiak Cake brand. Again, I'm not affiliated. I got to get with them. Number 2, peanut butter. If you're going to get peanut butter, get the organic peanut butter. Don't get the Skippy. Don't get the Peter Pan. Get the organic peanut butter, and if you can, get the ones with the chunk of nuts in them.
I have that.
Right? Tastes a lot better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's delicious. That's my sugar when okay, that was a lie really fast. I don't know. It came out really quickly. When I'm doing well, that's my sugar. When I'm doing poorly, a cookie is my sugar. But when I'm doing well, my peanut butter, a scoop of peanut butter is my sugar.
Carol, your cookies can come from Kodiak Cakes now from now on. All right.
Yeah, well, see, now that I know, I was unaware. Cheryl shares that that's what her husband eats, Kodiak pancake mix.
I
And
bet he's got.
Alfredi, wait, we've been watching you go from daylight to what looks like, I don't know, the Blair Witch Project, but Alfredi says, Dylan, be careful out there in the woods. We need you. So, family, for those of you who cannot see, I have to share this with you. When Dylan first joined us, he was sitting outside and he said the bunny rabbits were coming up to him. And it was just so sunny and nice and it was just beautiful. And now he looks like he's talking with us from the Blair Witch Project. I had to share that, Dylan. I had to share that.
What happens? The Wi-Fi is not working in the house. You gotta, stay outside with the mosquitoes.
Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to have a laugh at your expense. But go right ahead. I'm sorry. Okay, so Kodiak Cakes is the brand that we should be looking at. And they carry all kinds of food.
Yes, that's right. Kodiak Cakes, they carry all kinds of starchy, carb-rich foods that you would want to substitute your normal starchy, carb-rich foods with. All the
Okay.
brands have all the additives and fillers and literally no nutrition in it. Kodiak Cakes will give you the amino acids, give you the vitamin, give you the magnesium and the zinc, plus that sweet dessert.
Oh.
And
This is
plus,
the Whole Foods
yeah, you can get that mostly.
or
You can get
Trader
that whole
Joe's, maybe?
Trader. Ooh, I don't know if they're at Trader Joe's, but I just recommend going online and getting their stuff, getting it shipped straight to you.
Okay. Okay. Well, I should ask Cheryl, Cheryl Brown, who shares that her husband eats Kodiak pancake mix. Cheryl, from where does your husband get his Kodiak products? I should say, yes.
Mm.
From where? Zen is sharing for a start the Philadelphia brand that he gets. It ain't too bad. Is that water, Zen? He says he has a great supply of it. Zen, share with us. Let us know if that's water to which you are referring. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, you hear me. You know me. I'm all over the place. But to let you know, you are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick, yours truly, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We're talking with Dillon Swaine because that's what we do on Tuesdays, because we do our Tuesday tune-up. And tonight we've been talking about different foods that we can eat. Different brands actually have been shared that are an option for some of us. We're talking about all kinds of things. I want to share that my beloved, my boo, Allison Williams, has joined the conversation as well. Hi, beautiful. Always so nice to see you with us. Always. But Dylan's been sharing a lot with us. And Zen did share that, yes, he was talking about water. I did not know that Philadelphia had a brand of water. I tell you, I mean, I'm learning so much. I mean, listen, I love a good education, but I haven't had no idea. I had no idea. So Alfreda is asking about nuts, like almonds, unsalted peanuts, pistachios, etc. Are they good? Are they good as a snack? Now, you know, Ron told us about almonds. He told us that
Mhm.
they were good. They were good. I did grab some, and I have cashews.
The nuts are good. Last week we spoke about how people can splurge on nuts to the point where it'll hurt them. Just remember, most people are good at around 80 grams to, I'll just throw a number out there for you guys to look up, 120 grams to
Okay.
60 grams of fat. Now, I'm gonna let you guys know, one serving of nuts will give you about 15 to 20 grams of fat. So if you have 3 handfuls, which is just literally one serving, now you're at already 60 grams. So if you have a whole bag and you're digging your hand in that bag of nuts for 6 times, now you're already past the fat content of your day. If you're having oil in your foods, you're having fatty foods, snacks, that's where the trouble may be happening. So when it comes to nuts, I suggest utilizing it as part of your
your shakes. Therefore, you're not just digging into it. You can actually have the flavor with it. If you're going to have it as a snack, have it, as a snack with another thing. Don't just have the nuts medley.
Okay.
Madrid?
Yeah, I don't like this conversation. No, no.
I saw your
The-
face.
well, because for the past few days I've just been addicted to these
Cashews.
cashews, and
Yeah.
Chloe too. Chloe loves them, so she and I have been nibbling on cashews. But I'm trying to be mindful because I know, but I do like them when I've eaten like chicken. When I make like a stir fried chicken and broccoli, I'll put cashews in that. I
Oh,
love them.
nice.
Yeah, I love them that way. So maybe I'll go back to just sticking with that.
Just a few steps away from the Asian cuisine. You'll be eating sushi in no time.
Yeah. No. I do eat sushi. I do. I just don't. I haven't eaten enough to know, like, to even say to you, well, I like this or I like that. Like,
Right.
I've sampled a few, and I did enjoy the majority of what I had, but I don't know what I had, which is horrible. You should know what you're eating. And at the time I did, but I did not retain it. So I wouldn't know what to get if I went to buy, if I went to have it, if I went to a restaurant. I wouldn't know what to ask for. That's what I meant to say. Family, I'm looking at the time, and we do have to go to a break. Dylan, do you have to leave us?
I'm here for you.
Woohoo! Okay, so family, we do have to go to a break, but know that the phone lines are open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. You're tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Stay with us because we will be right back.
Founders Day is back, and you won't want to miss the celebration of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, on Friday, August 18th at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please join us for a block party filled with panel discussions, health screenings, dancing, food, and fun. Check out family-friendly activities, vendors, and the presentation of our 3rd annual Community Impact Awards. You can also stand with WURD Radio. Start or renew your 4WURD membership at the special Founders Day discounted rate of $80, or start a digital membership. That's our 2023 Founders Day celebration, Friday, August 18th at the future home of WURD, 3601 Haverford Avenue, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. WURD Radio is the only African-American owned and operated talk radio station in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and one of only 3 remaining in the country. In the past 20 years, WURD has evolved into a multimedia, multi-platform communications company that reaches deeply into the Black community through radio, events, digital, and social media. It is considered the go-to channel to engage, interact, and connect with Philadelphia's Black community. Our brand is built on the personal legacy of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. Dr. Lomax was a brilliant physician who established medical centers in underserved neighborhoods throughout Philadelphia to provide high-quality healthcare to Black and Brown communities for over 30 years. One of his most ambitious acquisitions was when he purchased WURD Radio. He understood the power of ownership and the power of independent media. Through WURD, he wanted to ensure that Philadelphia's Black community had the ability to speak and be heard in their own voice. We are celebrating 20 years of Black excellence. We are celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. This vignette was brought to you by Comcast, United Way, and Bank of America.
This is your celebration.
I'm Jonathan Stiles from the Museum of the American Revolution, and I want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary. At the Museum of the American Revolution, we believe that a more inclusive history is a more accurate history, and we so appreciate how WURD has allowed us to reach different communities, to share that message, and engage with us in the work that we're doing. So happy birthday, WURD. You're doing incredible work. Thank you so much for how you're serving the Philadelphia community.
Hello, I'm Mark Gaines from New York City, originally from Philadelphia, and I want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary. This is an amazing accomplishment and something that I think the community really needs. and something that will build a foundation for generations to come. I stand with WURD on the 20th anniversary now and forever, and future anniversaries to come. Special shout out to Sarah Lomax, who is continuing this legacy of my grandfather, and I hope to someday be a part of it, help WURD grow as well. Again, congratulations.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You're tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are continuing the conversation with Dillon Swaine, and I'm looking at the time. I know we have so little time left. So I'm just going to hit you, Dillon. I'm going to hit you. I do want to acknowledge some more of our family members that are joining us. Thaddeus Cradle. Hi there. Thaddeus Juan Cradle is sharing greetings, and we're sending them right back to you. Cheryl Brown shared that her husband gets his Kodiak brand from both Walmart and Target, for those of you who are interested.
It's right there in front of you.
There you, right there. And Miss Lily asks, how often should we consume sea moss?
Good question. About 4 to 8 grams per day is okay. Every day is okay. Just don't overdose. You can get a headache from that. You can overdose by having like more than 8 grams per day is a little bit overkill. You know, it has a whole bunch of magnesium and potassium, minerals that you would get from seafood. So because it's so jam-packed into one little serving, if you have too much of it on a daily basis, you're going to get headaches from the high potassium content. You might feel fatigue.
Thank you for that. I bought some. I haven't used it yet because I have texture issues, and I couldn't get past it at first. Hush. But I'm working it out. Frey asks, what about granola?
Yeah, I saw that comment with the nuts. Oh yeah, man, you're on point. Granola is high in fiber. We talked about this. Anything that's fiber will give you 2 grams of energy per 1 gram of fiber. It's not just 1 gram of carb for 1 gram of carb. You know, you're now getting double. So because you have the fiber from granola, and if you have like Nature's Valley high protein, they got a high protein granola food line.
Okay.
Anything that's high protein granola plus your nuts, now you're getting a protein packed meal instead of just carbs and fat.
Okay.
Trick of the trade out here.
Frey shares, Lord, there is light in the jungle. It made me chuckle, so I had to share that. So Dillon, you wanted to share something else with us before we begin to wrap.
That's right. You know, we talked, the main thing I started out with this morning, this call, was reducing your amount of caffeine and putting in energetic foods, like energy filling foods into your body. So I want to go ahead and give you guys some gold for, I call them the regs and the vegs. If you're a vegetarian or vegan, this is for you. If you're a regular eater, you eat anything regular under the sun, this is for you. Now, let's start out with anybody who's a vegetarian or vegan. Number one, actually, let's start out with both, what everybody should eat, and then I'll dive off into separate. Number one is 32 ounces of water. That is necessary. Number two is a protein source. That can come from your protein shake. Let's separate. If you're a vegetarian or vegan, you can go the pea protein, the brown rice protein. If you go over to the regular people eat anything under the sun, you can have whey protein. You can also have something that's called whole meal, organic meal. Garden of Life sells this also. An organic meal, they have vegetarian versions of organic meal also. That's only plant-based. So now we're back together. Your protein source can be from organic meal. Now there's two types of proteins. One that just gives you the protein with some nutrition and vitamins and amino acids. And then one that simulates a meal, one that gives you carbs, fat in there, just very little, give you more nutrients in that as a meal. If you find yourself not being able to eat in the morning, have the organic meals, meal protein. If you find that you can have your breakfast, have a protein shake with your breakfast. Now, we go into the breakfast mode. If you find your chance to eat, okay, oatmeal is essential for if you're working out a lot and if you like oats, there you go. An alternative to oatmeal for those who have digestive complexities with oatmeal, because I used to have digestive problems whenever I had oatmeal because I used to eat it so much, I get backed up. So instead of eating the oatmeal, what you could do is skip the oats in general. Just don't even worry about it anymore. What you can do is leverage liquids, because liquids are a carb. So you can take a carb like almond milk. You can take a carb like, what's the other milk? Oat milk, which is even better than just taking the oats if you have digestive problems with oats. And you can put that next to your eggs, next to your bacon and eggs, next to your potatoes. You can have potatoes in the morning. Another source of carbs is also your veggies. Now, if you're on a weight loss journey and you're trying to cut carbs, I don't recommend you cut carbs. All right? I recommend that you start transferring, you start substituting where you get these carbs from. All veggies are carbs. So, yeah, veggies and fruits are carbs.
Oh, wow. Okay, Dylan, I hate that I have to end this conversation. Oh my goodness. But okay, we have to continue it next week. We have to continue it next week.
Oh, this is good. Left them on the cliffhanger.
Yeah,
Blame Carol, guys.
I know. I know, family, I hate doing this, but I will say to God be the glory. Thank you so much, family. You know that I love you. You know that I do. I just want to remind you that we are all in this together. You hear me? Special thanks to Kayla J, Niall Jax. Family, be good to you, but be good to those around you. Have a great night. And be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Have a good night, you guys.
Good night, everyone.